Hi, air signs. Welcome to Esoteric Tarot. My name is Lydia, and if you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video and trusting me with your energy. For those of you who have been here before, then welcome back. Today I will be doing your readings for the next 7 days, but I will also be doing a short introduction with some astrology, which I call the Astrolo-Tea section because I've always got my cup of tea. Well, actually it's a cup of coffee this morning because it's early and your girl needs her energy boost. But don't worry, you don't have to listen to that. If you have no interest in astrology, then feel free just to jump below, click your timestamp and just get your reading, and that be that. For those of you who are interested in the astrology, then stick around as we have some really interesting planetary movements happening in the skies at the moment, and I will go through how it affects air signs specifically in a general sense, and then I will move into each of the air signs, just giving a brief 1 to 2 minute overview of which of your houses which will be most affected by these transits, what it means, and a little bit of advice to get you through this time, which might be a little bumpy for some of us. Well, it is for the fire and water signs, and you air signs, I mean, you've got a whole parade of stuff coming up, so it's really worthwhile sticking around and having a little listen. So air signs, we have just entered Pisces season, having left Aquarius season. Aquarians, I hope you had a wonderful birthday. And for Libra and Gemini, I hope you also enjoyed some of that lovely airy energy that was surrounding all of us at that time. But now we enter Pisces, which is more of a intuitive and dreamlike energy. It's actually quite complimentary for you air signs. It is a great time for you to start articulating what it is that you wish for, hope for, and start working on making those dreams come true. As of tomorrow, there's going to be a really rare planetary alignment where Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn are all going to be visible in the night sky, and it's going to create quite a powerful energy, especially with such a mixed variety of planets all bouncing around and influencing each other. This is a really great time for air signs to be reevaluating their emotional and spiritual growth and setting new goals and boundaries around that growth trajectory. So if you have been feeling a call to look deeper within, to explore more of the unknown, whether it be your personal unknown or mysteries of the universe, then now you have the energy available to you to really pursue those goals and getting really deep into your personal philosophy and beliefs. We also have Venus entering the stage, going retrograde. Venus is the ruler of Libra, so that's a very airy energy and also very complementary to the Piscean energy, which is dreamlike. Venus does enjoy setting weights and balances and making sure everything runs smoothly, but she will be calling for you to review your connections. So if there's anyone that you're connecting with, whether it be romantic or otherwise, but particularly romantic or business partners, you may want to evaluate whether or not you want to continue in that partnership, how that partnership is serving you, what direction it's taking and where it's heading as well. But of course, we can't go without mentioning the Mercury retrograde, which is just started yesterday, although we have been in the pre-shadow of that since around the 10th of February. So some of you may have already been feeling the effects of the miscommunication, particularly Gemini, as Mercury is your ruler. But the other air signs are going to be feeling this as well, as Mercury does have an impact on those airy energies, with it being quite an airy planet itself. Mercury likes communication, clear communication, boundaries, rules, targets, and knowing where it's going. And Mercury doesn't really do too well in Piscean energy, which is a lot more fluid, a lot more open, and a lot more dreamlike. So we have been seeing some difficulties in expressing ourselves. We might see some difficulties in getting your point across, people misunderstanding you, and also some tempers may flare, as Saturn has also entered Aries as well in this great reset energy that we saw earlier on in February. So for you gorgeous air signs that love to lead with logic, Logic might be going out the window for a couple of weeks while Mercury's doing his retrograde up until the 20th of March. Things may become confused, you yourself feel a bit foggy, not really absorbing information quite as well as you usually do. Others will be feeling this too. So be mindful around how you're communicating, particularly written communication. A misfired email or text message could cause a lot more havoc than it normally otherwise would when Mercury is going direct. We also have a lunar eclipse in Virgo looming in on the 3rd of March. I haven't spoken about this with the other signs as they had a lot of astrological movements that needed discussing a little bit more urgently than the lunar eclipse. However, I will be going over the lunar eclipse effects in more detail next week with all the signs. However, I wanted to mention it to you specifically, air signs, because you are going to be feeling this. Virgo as an earth energy is quite heavy. We've also got Mercury, her ruler, in the sky at the moment going retrograde. So it's going to be quite intense, well, particularly for earth signs too. So I'll be talking to them about it, but for you air signs as well. The eclipse in Pisces really calls for a bit of a day of reckoning. With the Piscean energy, it's going to call you to take stock of your emotional health. That's both in and outside of relationships. So how are your relationships affecting you? Also, how are you doing on a subconscious level? How is your emotional and mental health at this time? Is there any ways that you could care better for yourself? Any ways of thinking that are no longer serving you? Anyone who is suffering with negative self-talk, those voices might become a little bit louder over that time. That reason is not because you're doing anything wrong or you're being warned from your higher self or anything like that. It's just that the energies are going to amplify anything negative, anything hidden, anything subdued. So if you have negative self-talk, depressive talk and anxious talks, they may increase in volume, and it is to get your attention. See, negative thoughts and thinking are a lot like alarm bell systems. So imagine your smoke alarm going off. It's to tell you that there's smoke, therefore there is fire. So it's really encouraging you to address the issues that may be causing this self-talk in the first place. Talking yourself down, telling yourself you're not worthy or good enough is really a fear response and a defense mechanism. It isn't truth. So Mercury retrograde, also with Venus in the midst as well, around this lunar eclipse in Virgo, is about organizing truth from falsehoods. What is really real? What evidence do you have for the thoughts or the things that you're telling yourself? Look over past achievements. I'm sure that you will see there, I'm sure they will contradict any of the negative things that you are telling yourself, if you are at all. So just be mindful of how you're talking to yourself, let alone other people, around the lunar eclipse time. And if any of you are interested in shadow work or anything like that, it would also be a great time to partake in anything like that too. YouTube is a powerhouse of resources for anyone looking to get started in that sort of self-exploration. Now, how is this affecting all of the houses? Gemini, this is going to be a particularly interesting month as the Mercury retrograde is going to be hitting your 10th house of career. So you might have some challenging scenarios in the workplace, some misunderstanding, missed emails, missed phone calls, meetings that run on way too long, and all of that jazz that just makes a working day run a little bit slower. However, with the Pisces energy of the season, you will be seeing some dreams or wish-like thinking coming to the forefront. This could be both good and bad. If supported and grounded in reality, then those dreams and ambitious projects stand a really great chance of being approved and taken off of the ground, just so long as there is a structure in place. So for you, Gemini, it's about double checking all of the details if you plan to submit any proposals or put any ideas across. Be sure to communicate those in a way that makes you very clear on what the objective outcome is to be and what the long-term vision is. Gemini, with Mercury being your ruler, you may feel that your energy is a little bit low. So try and get in as much rest as you can. Take care of yourself. Eat food that's nutritious and gives to your body rather than takes from it. And just take your time and be patient with yourself. So it's kind of a hibernation season. I'm feeling it as well because I'm a Virgo. We share a ruler, Gemini. A bit of a hibernation season where you want to sit in, reflect, set new career goals, set new intentions, frame them the best way that you can, take care of yourself, and really nurture your mind, your body, and your spirit. Try and avoid making any rash decisions, anything impulsive, also going long journeys that require a lot of focus, like example, a road trip. You might want to avoid those for the next couple of weeks, just until this foggy Mercury retrograde passes and all of your intentions are clearly set, clearly communicated, and you know that is on board. For Libra, the Mercury retrograde is going to hit you quite similarly to Gemini. However, it will be affecting your 6th house of daily routines. So you might want to check through whether or not your daily routine is actually serving you, whether or not it's causing you stress, where can you save time, where can you increase productivity, where can you move things around, and where can you let some responsibilities go. If you have been feeling lately that you've had a lot on your plate, Libra, you might want to look at delegating some of those tasks to other people, whether they be people in your home. This also works for people at work, as daily routines aren't just for the home, they're also for the workplace as well. And also, are you allowing enough time to take care of yourself? If you are not in tip-top shape to carry out the responsibilities of your day, then everything's going to fall apart. It's the same for all of us, Libra. So that retrograde energy in Mercury is really asking you to review where you can make improvements in this area, where you can get more time for yourself, where you can slow down. So this is a time not to expand your workload or take on more projects, but actually look at reducing them so you get a little bit more downtime to take care of yourself and for also others that need it. In areas of work, you might see some disruptions to workflows, sometimes where you may have to go back and redo old projects, miscommunications, misset expectations. It's going to be a little bit chaotic there. So allow plenty of time before deadlines to make any last minute changes that might arise. Also be patient with yourself and also be patient with other people as well. I know you, Libra, you like everyone to be calm, happy, at ease, and everything to be fair with the people around you, but everyone else is feeling the Mercury retrograde in their own way. But what everyone has in common is there is going to be mental fogginess in the air. So be patient with people when they're trying to grasp new ideas and new projects. That's why it's not really the best time to start bringing about new, but it is an absolutely great time to start looking at getting rid of the old. Health, your physical, emotional, and spiritual health will be a focal point during this time as well. So be sure to check in with your feelings. Are you happy with where things are at? Are you content with life in general? If you have anything unresolved or any anger or any frustration within your energy, you might want to spend some time looking at that, seeing if you can get to the root of the issue, finding a solution for that issue, or even if it's just a case of coming to acceptance over a situation that's already passed. Spend some time focusing on that and really feeling those energies and helping them to pass through you rather than to take over. There is a high chance of burnout for you over the next couple of weeks. So just be mindful, take your time, practice self-forgiveness, use those pockets of energy where you can find them to reflect on what it is that you want to do and what you're fed up of doing and just want to see the back of, and really start working towards tying up those loose ends and streamlining your routines. For Aquarius, the Mercury retrograde is going to hit your 11th house of friendships and social networks. So you may see quite a few miscommunications and misunderstandings over the next couple of weeks. I know that's very frustrating for you, Aquarius. You're a very logical sign. You're very careful to articulate what it is that you mean, and you mean what you say. However, people are going to be experiencing a lot of mental fog over this time, yourself included. So just take a few more moments just to evaluate any communications that you have with others via text message, verbal, or over email as well. well, because any misspellings, mishaps can easily be misinterpreted and lead to problems. It's also a great time for you to look at any long-term social dramas that might have been happening between you and friends or family or colleagues, and trying to draw a line in the sand underneath it, come to some sort of resolution or agreement. We do have that Saturn in Aries conjunction happening for you guys in the background as well, which started in your sign, so you may be still feeling the effects of that. So this gives an energy for tempers to flare, for frustration to arise and intensify. Hopefully those energies are starting to peter out a little bit for you, Aquarius, so it's smoother sailing than it was for you in your season, especially now we have Venus entering the arena on the 28th of February. She is moving into Pisces to lend a little bit of a gentle blend of energies there and to smooth out any rocky communications. So you've got a little bit of energetic support there from Venus. Venus loves to connect with others. She likes balanced relationships, and she also likes balanced finances. So you might want to look into your spreadsheets, your budgeting, particularly around budgeting for social events. You may also see some friends and family from the past coming back. This is to tie up loose ends. Mercury does this whenever there's unfinished business. So you might have people coming to you, Aquarius, wanting to resolve something with you rather than you reaching out to them. Just be mindful when they do. Hear people out if they've got something to say. If you wish to do so, you absolutely do not have to listen to everyone who comes across your path, Aquarius. Listen. Think about it, sit on it before replying if you can, because with that Aryan energy, with Venus bouncing around and also with Mercury in retrograde, it is an energetic soup that is rife for flare-ups, misunderstandings, miscommunications, and rash decision making. This is also going to affect your team projects if you are involved in any, and also expect for you to be invited onto projects if you're not currently on one. It is asking you to experience some group settings in order to question, in order to help you establish where it is that you truly fit within your community. Are the projects you're taking on serving you, or are they hindering you? Are you interested in them? Are they a necessity? Is there any projects you wanted to take up but haven't found the time? Maybe now's the time to visit your routine, see if you can clear out any space to start something new that you feel would be creative and rewarding for you on a personal level, Aquarius. So expect some shake-ups in your social circles, also in areas of romance as well. With Venus being there, Aquarius, it's going to be an interesting time for you. So I'm very much looking forward to going to your reading and doing your readings throughout the month. So, in conclusion, air signs, you're in for a little bit of a bouncy time, but we all are. We've had Saturn entering Aries, that's a great reset energy there. Mercury retrograde straight afterwards. Venus going to retrograde in Pisces straight after that. And then we've got the lunar eclipse in Virgo on the 3rd of March. Guys, I promise at some point the universe will give us a little break and let us take a breath, but now is not the time. Okay, air signs, I'm going to jump straight into your readings now. Thank you for joining me here for our Astrolo-Tea section, and I will see you over at your timestamp. Hi Gemini, and welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross spread for you today. I thought with the energies moving around so much, we've just had that great reset with Saturn in Aries, we've got Mercury going retrograde. I thought it'd be a good time just to take a little stopgap and just see energetically where you're at. Okay. So for those of you who aren't aware of the Celtic cross, on this side of the board, I'll be going into the crossing, which shows me where you currently are, what you're leaving behind, and what you're moving towards. On this side of the board here, we will go into the pathway, which shows me the little windy road you might take, Gemini, from where you currently are to where it is that you're going. Okay, can you show me Gemini, please? Gemini, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Can you show me Gemini to make sure we're all recording, we're all in the room. Whoop, 1 second, Gemini. And that you can hear me okay. Gemini, please. Can you show me Gemini? Can you show me Gemini, please? Can you show me Gemini? Can you show me Gemini, please? Can you show me Gemini? Okay, in your current energy, Gemini, you've got the Two of Wands, okay, crossing you, the Eight of Wands, lots of movement around you, but also a little bit of staying still. I know that sounds contradictory, Gemini, that the Two of Wands is a crossroad energy. However, there is an energy pushing you in a particular direction, so we will see. Okay, supporting the reading, we have the Page of Cups, right? In the exit, we have the Nine of Swords, good. In your crowning energy, we have the Four of Swords, nice. And in your focus, we have the Eight of Pentacles. It looks like you're getting ready to start some kind of creative project or endeavor. You've been worrying about stuff in the recent past there with the Nine of Swords, but you seem to have calmed down that mental energy. Currently, you're in your crowning, which is mental energy. It's the Four of Swords, so something's feeling super aligned to you at this time. And the Page of Cups in the supportive energy is possibly something creative. The Page of Cups is creativity, but it's also just the cup of opening your heart. So it looks like you're opening your heart to something new, something that requires your physical involvement. That's the Eight of Pentacles, working or skill building something. I'm only seeing you on the table at the moment, Gemini. There could be other energies involved. There often are. So let's go into the pathway and then I will clarify the cards and get into the details. Okay, can you show me the pathway for Gemini, please? Can you show me the pathway for Gemini? The pathway for Gemini, please. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords in the higher self advice. In the energy that surrounds you and you might not be aware of it, the Wheel of Fortune. In your hopes and fears, the Ace of Swords, right? And in the outcome, we have the Five of Pentacles. Don't worry about the Five of Pentacles. I'm sure it's there for a reason. I know it's not a card everyone likes to see for the outcome. But to be honest, Gemini, with the cards you've shown me here in the intro, it looks like you're preparing yourself to work hard on something for a while and know that for a while it might be a bit of a slog. It looks like that might be the case for you at this time. Your higher self-advice looks more like focus than trapped energy, but we will clarify that as we go along. And the Wheel of Fortune, things are changing around you. Ace of Swords. You're trying to reach clarity over something, or it's almost like one of those things where you're like, I want to know, but I don't want to know. Like you want to know if this is going to work out or not, but you kind of don't want to know because you want to go on the journey anyway. So I'm going to go into the Two of Wands for you, Gemini, see what's going on there, what kind of crossroads we're looking at. Can I please see the Two of Wands for Gemini, please? The Two of Wands for Gemini. Okay, we've got the Empress, nice. The Page of Wands and the Three of Swords. Okay, so you've been healing over something, something's been bothering you, you need a change from something. The Page of Wands is about preparing yourself to travel onwards. Your change seems centered around productivity and self-improvement, skill building around the self. You're almost saying, Lydia, the situation I've been in has been a bit crap. I know I'm better than this, so I'm going to go and be better than this. Oh, okay, for the Eight of Wands, the Six of Swords in reverse, right? The Devil, oh yeah, that makes sense, and Death. You've been going back and forth around an ending with another energy. Six of Swords in reverse often suggests coming and going, on, off, hot and cold energy, some confusion, mental fog around an attachment, the Devil, Death, a change, an ending. Or an ending that caused a change. And you've known it's been coming for some time, but I think the letting go process, either for you or the other energy, has been quite long and drawn out. Okay, can I see the Seven of Swords in the... Seven. I always call this the Seven of Swords. I don't know why. The Nine of Swords in the exit, please. That might shed a little bit of light on what you've been dealing with here, Gemini. Yeah, there's the Knight of Cups. There's the Two of Wands again. And the Chariot. It's around direction, where to go, what to do next. Where do you want to put your heart space? The thing that ended, I think you put a lot of emotional energy into that, and now your emotional energy is free. It's now looking for a new home. I think you've either found one or you're about to, Gemini. So let's see. I want to know what that Page of Cups is saying, because he is supporting the reading after all. So his energy runs throughout the entire reading. That's what that means, beginning to end. Right, the Page of Cups, please. The Page of Cups, yeah, look, Two of Cups, okay. The King of Cups. Wow, Gemini. Oh my goodness, the Queen of Cups. Gemini. Wow. You are on your way to perfect alignment with another energy. Something cycled out. Now, this energy is present on the table of what's cycled out, but it's quite weak, which tells me not that that energy is a weak person or situation, because it doesn't have to be a person, Gemini. It just tells me that probably happened a long time ago and you've been healing over that. Most of your frustration is where or what's next. Is there another person next, or is there another project next? Where am I going? What's out there waiting for me? Now you've broken free of this ending that happened. Okay, let's go to the Four of Swords in your crown. I want to see what's on your mind there, Gemini. Lots of swords energy, but that's good. That's your energy, so I'm not worried about that. Lots of cups there. I mean, you've got pretty much you've got the whole suit of cups. The Knight, you've got the Page, the Knight, the King and the Queen. And also the Two, which is very significant in the cups. Wow, okay. But you're onto a complete energetic match. I believe it to be love-based, and I do believe it to be a person. Okay, can I get the Four of Swords, please? The Eight of Swords, right. Okay, Eight of Swords is down here too. The Seven of Swords and the Six of Cups. I think you've been feeling recently that for those of you who have been actively dating or looking for something new, it hasn't been going very well. Some of you may have even come to terms with the fact you might have to give up on it entirely. You're like, okay, well, and I don't mean in a dramatic way. Like you see people that go, oh, I guess I'll be alone forever then. No, not like that. You're almost like, it's okay. We live in difficult times. Maybe that is my path. It's something that you want. You have applied some kind of strategic decision making into getting it, but you seem to be hitting a wall. No one's connecting really as deeply as you would like, Gemini, and you have a great capacity for depth, particularly around the intellectual stimulation as well. That's important to you, Gemini. Okay, I want to go to the Eight of Pentacles there. You're working on something though here. Let's see. In your focus, the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. Because in love, the search for it has not been too successful, you have decided to not give up on it, but park it for a minute, okay? Let the dust settle on any dating or connecting opportunities. And you're trying to disconnect a little bit from the idea of finding someone, but by doing so, it's quite gentle. And you're trying to focus now on matters of coin, stability, work, self-improvement, health, something like that. Because I see here your water energy turns to pentacle energy via a swords process, 7 and 8 actually. Which is quite numerically harmonious. And you're like, right, okay, I'm going to focus on me, things I need to do, my own self-worth, my own value, myself. So that could look like, you know, putting more hours and effort at work, launching your own business, or even just a glow up in your health, maybe going down to the gym, changing up your diet, something like that. But while you're doing so, you're also letting go of the idea of finding a new emotional match. Oh, Gemini, that's sad. I mean, there's one there. There's a brilliant one there, but let's see. You probably don't know this person or have not met them yet. But let's see, can I go into that Eight of Swords? That's you kind of keeping yourself to yourself at this time. I'm not stressed out about that Eight of Swords. You're an air sign. You're going to go into Eight of Swords sometimes. You might be overthinking. You might also be a little bit of assuming in your energy. Like, well, that's it for me. Let's pack up the show and do something else. Love is not on the table for me. That is also a trapped way of thinking as well. Like, it's good not to sit and wait for these opportunities to come in and actually do something else with your time in your present moment, which is what you're doing. But kind of giving up on yourself in love is also, it creates an energetic barrier for the universe to bring someone into you as well. Right, can I see the Eight of Swords, please? Can I see the Eight of Swords, please? The Eight of Swords. The Queen of Swords, right? Justice, right? And then the Ace of Swords again. Ace of Swords is up here in your hopes and fears. Again, lots of air energy. Justice is Libra, but Libra is your sister sign, so Justice is quite close to you. The Queen of Swords, that's your queen. It's something about you being okay and at peace with yourself and your thoughts. A lot of that at this time. You need to balance those out. Pretty much what I was saying, balancing out your thoughts. Matching up your inner truth with your outer reality. That's a process that's currently happening and underway for you, Gemini. It's on its way. It's not quite there yet, but you're almost there. You're working on it. Okay, in your hopes and fears, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Let's have a look at this. Wheel of Fortune, the Hanged Man. Okay, so there's a pause. The Sun, right? And then the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody comes on board with you in this stability building endeavour that you are on. Ten of Pentacles is shared stability. The Sun makes you very happy. Sun is the happiest card in the deck, Gemini, don't forget. And the Hanged Man, there's a little bit of a pause on it before that happens though. So you're going to walk a little bit by yourself, and then Fortune is going to spin someone in time. And I have a feeling it's going to be when you achieve perfect inner peace within yourself on your own, as usually is always the case. Like they say, when you're not looking for something, that's when you're most likely to find it. Okay, the Ace of Swords, there's a Five of Swords here. This is in your hopes and fears. Judgment and the Six of Swords. Why are you worried about that? There's part of you, Gemini, that's a little bit afraid of finding inner peace. It's always like you're saying, what if I don't like it when I get there? What if I don't like being peaceful? What if I don't like accepting life alone? What if I don't like it? What if I want to change? What if I can't change? All of those kind of questions are coming up. Well, you don't know until you get there, Gemini. You might as well try. What else are you doing? I say that like you like that, Gemini, because that's something I often tell myself. Because it's a very normal and human thing. It's almost like self-sabotage. You've got a little bit of self-sabotage coming in here, Gemini. Just as your mind is calm, you're at peace, you're living in the present moment, things then start to change, and then you panic about it internally over this Ace of Swords, this truth, this balance that you're aiming for. But the balance is what brings in this big old cup of love that you've got at the bottom here waiting for you. I mean, look, we've got the King and Queen of Pentacles. You're finding and aligning with yourself, but also for sure another energy. Look, it's quite incredible that with the Two of Cups. That's the path you're walking towards, but until you get to the person, it is a solo path. And throughout, I am seeing flashes of other people coming in, but the stability does not come in until it comes in almost like randomly to you. But from your higher self advice, it's once you're achieved inner balance and inner peace. But there's a part of you that's afraid to achieve that inner balance and peace. Probably because you've been used to disappointments, you've been used to turmoil, you've been used to chaos. You probably don't even know what balance and inner peace feels like, not for a long while. Right, can I go to the Five of Pentacles, please, and the outcome? I'm very curious, this card's sticking out to me. Three of Cups, yeah, more cups. Okay, this is where this person comes in. The Ace of Pentacles, it's very real. Very lovely, too. The Tower, sudden. Not all towers are bad, Gemini, and I don't think this is a bad one. So this Five of Pentacles really kind of reflects your mood at the time when you get there. See, these are two people that are just like, what is the point in all this? They're literally missing the point. They want help. Help's right there. They're missing it. So you get a little bit of impatience, but you're on your way overall. You're like, yeah, you're trying to stay aligned, trying to stay balanced, trying to stay at peace, but also trying to trust the universe that it has your best interests at heart, so long as you stay on your true path. And that's exactly what happens. As soon as you're on your path, kind of begrudgingly a little bit, the Tower intervenes. The Tower is just about shaking up foundations and beliefs. So I'm really glad to see this Tower here in your energy and the outcome. And it brings in with it the Ace of Pentacles, something real, okay? A real opportunity for something grounded and very valuable. And it comes in gently. The grounded, very valuable thing is the Three of Cups. So it's another energy for sure. Starts off very friendly, very light. And then it gets more serious from there. It's like, let's take this Ace of Pentacles and see where we go with it. And the three really points to these three cards under here as well. So this is really what the connection is going to look like, which is absolutely beautiful. Three of Cups, it's based on friendship and shared joy. There is emotional alignment with the King and Queen of Pentacles, and then physical and then a physical alignment here with the Two of Cups. Sorry, they will not all stay. There we go. Give up, Gemini. But that's a beautiful reading. It really is. I think this person's just a little further out. That's why I'm not seeing them like crystal clear up here. I'm just seeing the root of the connection. Starts as a friendship. Could also be someone who's currently in your circle, a friend, a neighbour. It doesn't have to be someone you know still. They could just be part of your community, part of your town or city or something like that. Three of Cups usually means community or friendship. So that's where it starts. But the Ace of Pentacles underneath is this is the seed. The aces are seeds. So the Ace of Pentacles here, this is a seed. It's seeded in friendship that comes suddenly out of the blue and then blossoms into much more for you, Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Oh no, I'm not going to leave the reading there. I'm going to give you some universal advice. Sorry, my precious gems. I almost forgot your universal advice. Can we get some advice for Gemini, please? Some advice for Gemini. Advice for Gemini, please. Advice for Gemini. Okay. Okay, we've got the Green Man. That's the Emperor. We have the Four of Wands, which is commitments, marriages and celebrations. And then there's that Queen of Cups there. This person is an Emperor coming in. Or you're the Emperor. I don't know. Either way, it's a stunning match. We've got the Queen of Cups under here too. Okay, yeah. Confirms it. Four of Bows, Four of Wands means commitment with others. Okay. Also crossing the finish line too, celebration. Queen of Cups, I mean, we all know about the lovely Queen of Cups, open heart, open soul, very caring, nurturing energy. And then the Green Man is the Emperor. So this is actually a fire-based energy. So you could be connecting to a fire sign, Aries, I don't know why I forget all the signs in order. Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. I've got both Leo and Sag in my chart in strong placements as well, so I don't know how I do forget that. Plus, I know tons of Aries people. Anyway, so you're connecting probably to a fire sign. If not, those times might be significant to you. Maybe that's when you meet or have met them already, and that's really when the connection starts to blossom. The universe gave you that as advice, really, just as extra reassurance that there is someone out there for you, Gemini. You just need to continue walking your path, find your inner guidance and clarity, and that will act as a compass that drives you towards whoever this is. Okay, Gemini, now I'll leave it there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. And if you're interested in a one-to-one reading with me, then please check the description box below. And with that, Gemini, I'm going to love you and leave you. Until the next time, take care. Hi Libra, and welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. We're doing a Celtic cross. Given the astrology at the moment, it's kind of wacky up there, guys. So I thought it'd be a good time just to take stock and just get a snapshot overview of where you're currently at and where you're going. Okay, can you show me Libra, please? Can you show me Libra, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. On this side of the board, Libra, we will go into the crossing. That is your current energies, where you're currently at, what you're leaving behind, and where you're going. And then on this side of the board, we go into the pathway. There are any challenges, obstacles, opportunities you may find as you go along the way, Libra. With that, let's drop down your first cards. I'll talk you through the positions and what they mean. We'll clarify, and I'll pull you some universal advice at the end. Can you show me Libra, please? Can you show me Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Libra, please. Show me Libra, Libra. Oh, there you are, Libra. Justice. Okay, right in the center of the spread. Oh, crossing the Empress. Wow, you're on some growth trajectory here. Fantastic. In your exit, the Hermit. Okay, you've been sitting on this for a little while, have you? Okay, Libra, we're going to talk about it. We've got a lot to unpack here already. I can feel it. Supporting the reading, the Six of Swords. Oh, hell yeah, you are. And your crown, the Ten of Cups. Wow. And let's see what's in your focus. Four of Swords. Oh, beautiful energies around you, Libra. You are knocking it out of the park. Now, you're taking your time on something. I have a feeling this is a project of self or something like that. You're like, right, no, I need to be more me. I need to be more Libra. Be closer to your heart, your soul, your journey, your path. The Empress, there's something coming in that is going to make you highly productive and highly successful as well, I'm sure. Six of Swords, you are moving on from something. So this isn't just like a random, you know, spark of like intuition or what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. But the Hermit here is the energy of going within. You've thought about this. You've been doing some healing. You have been also doing some learning about the self. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have been doing some meditation or maybe doing some kind of, not religious, I don't really like to say religion, spiritual practice of some kind, whether it be at home, doing your own thing, or going to a formal religious place. Doesn't matter. Whatever resonates with you, Libra, you've been doing it. You've been really taking care of yourself, and now it's about to really pay off. The Ten of Cups in your crown, you want ultimate happiness, joy, you want the full bag, Libra. Well, you look like you're putting in the hard work to get it, so it looks like it's yours. And then in the Four of Swords, in your focus, is just staying aligned. Somewhere in this path, Libra, you realise the more you are aligned to yourself, the easier and more successful you are. The easier it is, the more successful you are, not the easier you are. Sounds bad. And I didn't mean it like that, Libra. Okay, right, so... You look like you're doing a grand job, Libra. Well done, darlings. I mean, I don't know what it is you're doing here, but you look amazing while you're doing it. I'm going to go into the pathway, see what's going on there, and then we'll clarify and get into the details, okay? Right, inspiration, that's the word I was looking for. I was going intuition, intent... inspiration, that was the word I was looking for before. Spark of inspiration. It isn't the spark of inspiration you've had. You've been on a long-term growth plan, whether you've consciously realized it or not, but at the moment you consciously realize it. Okay, let's go into the pathway, please. So your higher self advice is the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, it is. In the energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it. Strength. I think you are somewhat aware of it. You probably just don't realize how strong you actually are. It would be one of those where you look back and you go, wow, I did that. That's amazing. Anyway, in your hopes and fears, the King of Cups. We'll talk about him later, Libra, or her. It's not genders. In the outcome, the Ten of Swords. Now, I am not upset to see this Ten of Swords here. Everybody in these readings have been getting challenging cards in the outcome. But then when we go into the clarifiers, you're like, thank God that's there. So we'll see. I have a feeling your reading is going to go the same way, Libra. I mean, I just did Gemini. They had the Five of Pentacles. Who was it yesterday? One of the water signs. I think they had like death or something. Might have been Scorpio, actually. So no, they had it in the focus. They had death in their focus. I can't remember. It was something like that in the outcome, where it's like, oh my God, all these readings, but they actually turned out to be really good for that position, given the context. Okay, and let me go into justice. Let's check you out then, Libra, see where you at. Can you show me justice, please? Can you show me justice? Can you show me justice for Libra, please? Sorry if you hear any beeping. It is bin day, Libra. Hopefully you're not picking that up, but I'm sorry if you do. Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. I also like those synchronicities anyway. Oh, the Star. Wonderful. The Three of Swords. Yep. And the Nine of Wands. This gives me the whole vibe of, I don't know where I'm going. I just can't stay here. I don't know what's been going on for you. There has been a heartbreak, a hurt, a pain. Usually it's suffering that triggers these awakenings, Libra, so that does not surprise me at all. It checks out. Nine of Wands, you have successfully learnt your lessons from whatever that was. So now you're like, okay, I'm learning my lessons. I'm still healing. However, you have now energy to create a new start, a new wish, a new dream, and that's exactly what you're doing or have just done. I think you were doing that in hermit mode, but I think you're now like, aha, now I know what I want. Now I know what it was all about. Now I know the purpose of all of this. Okay, can I get the Empress, please? The Empress. The Empress. In the crossing, the Three of Wands. Oh, the Queen of Wands, yes. And the Empress again. Libra, you're showing us all how it's done today. Yeah, you're again knocking it out of the park. Beautiful reading. Your energy is bursting wide open, my darlings. You have gone through the deepest, darkest part of healing. You're now on the way up from that, which is gorgeous. Your energy is starting to attract in things that are super aligned to you, that are reflective of all the hard work you've done on your personal journey so far, Libra, and it's leading you straight down the path of Empress energy. The Empress flourishes under her own efforts and energy. She's productivity itself. She's abundance. She's fertility. She's spring. So for some of you, something might be happening or starting to move in the spring, which we are moving into at the moment. Wow, okay, good. Two Empresses on the table, and they're both for you, Libra. I'm not feeling anyone else here this time. No. Okay, let's go into the Hermit and the exit. I want to see what that was about. Can you please show me the Hermit and the exit, please? I have a feeling I already know, but I'd like to see. Two of Pentacles, okay. The Page of Wands and the Two of Wands. Now, you're not even showing me exactly what it was that broke your little heart there, Libra. You are just showing me your determinism to move on. You were saying, yes, I was attached to another, the Two of Pentacles, but it wasn't stable, okay? You tried to keep it open for as long as you could, but the instability wasn't getting any better. You were open, and I think to this day you still remain open to whoever this is in a calm, loving way if they came to you stable. Until that day, you're like, no, okay, I'm just going to focus on my own stuff, my own healing, my sense of self and worth and security. You leave a little bit of a door open for them, though, if they were ever to come back through again, which shows me that this did not blow up. You don't seem to, excuse me, feel any malice or disdain for whoever this is, and I don't think they do for you either. I think you're like, it is what it was. You care for them still. You learned what it was all about for you, yeah, how you felt. Healed your heart, and now you're prepared to move on with a door ajar, not waiting for whoever this is, but basically like a warm welcome mat. Like they can drop in on me anytime, and I'd be maybe happy to see them, but at least you'd hear them out what they had to say. That's very kind, Libra. That's lovely. Often I see big breaks, you know, towers falling, death. No, this was very like very graceful acceptance. And also, yeah, but there's still someone I care about. There's still someone I wonder about. There's still someone I'm checking on, and I very much believe they do the same to you, Libra. They check in on you too. Okay, can I get the Six of Swords, please? The Six of Swords might give us a little bit more detail in that, but maybe not. Maybe future facing, as that seems to be where you want to be at this time, Libra. These two, okay. The Queen of Swords. Oh, there's that Tower. Spoke too soon, maybe, Libra. The Tower and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, you're showing me. Yeah, it wasn't that easy, Lydia. I didn't just say bye and walk out the door. No, I didn't think it was, Gemini. It was difficult. A lot of mental gymnastics, but you broke free from that yourself. Queen of Swords is about inner knowing. You understood the assignment, Libra. You were like, yeah, I can't stay here wallowing, missing them, depressed that things didn't work out. You're like, no, I've got to break myself free from whoever or whatever this is mentally for myself. I mean, this is you speaking, Libra, and that's your queen there. Your inner truth. You knew that there was more out for you. You know this person isn't on your path any longer, and you know that you are better and bigger and badder than this. So that's where you're going. Okay, can I get the 10 of Cups? Sorry, I'm waffling, Libra. I think this is such a lovely reading. Yeah, the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, you hold on to that dream. The 5 of Cups and Judgment. Yes, you did give up a lot for this dream. I mean, you could have kept tangoing with whoever this is, but you're like, no, I've done a lot of healing. I made a choice to step away. I made the sacrifice of trying to grasp at things that I wanted instead going for things that I needed. That's what you've done, Libra. The 4 of Pentacles, you're hanging on to this idea of the beautiful brand new beginning with others. And it's really your driving force. And you're like, okay, I know I'm going to have to make decisions that might be painful or uncomfortable or scary, but you're willing to do it. You're like braving it through. Right, the Four of Swords in your focus, please. Yeah, the Six of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Fool. Okay, so you like start marching out the door towards your beautiful beginning, and then you're hit with disturbance. Now, I don't know if this is from other people. I'm not seeing anyone else on the table, really, other than the person you just waved goodbye to. I don't think it's them. It's probably coming from you, Libra. A little bit of self-doubt, but you get going anyway. So I'm not too worried about that. That Five of Wands is a bit of like, am I going to be good enough? You know, am I choosing the right avenue? Maybe some of you have got more than one avenue to choose from. But you look good, feel good while you make that choice. So I do believe it's the right one for you, Libra, and off you go in full energy to your beautiful brand new beginning. Gorgeous. Right, going into higher self advice now, Libra, with the Queen of Pentacles. That's you taking care of you right there. Okay. Maybe something financially as well. So let's see. Can you show me the Queen of Pentacles, please, and the higher self advice? Page of Swords. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. The Eight of Cups. Right. The Mother Star. You are very determined to reach a particular goal here. You're pretty much saying to me, like, anyone who gets in my way, I will hear them out, but I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. I don't care. I don't care what other people think. I don't care what other people say. I've already spent enough time caring and thinking about other people and what they want to do. It's now time for me, which is beautiful. You're emotionally disconnected a little bit, but I think that that's actually a good thing because you're wanting to focus just on you. So you're not getting embroiled in other people's dramas or other people's problems. If anyone has an issue with what you're doing, they can just get to F, right? Get out your way. And you're not being mean. You are not going around throwing your weight around or bossing anyone about. You just want room for your own self-expression. And you're leaving room for other people to express themselves as well. But it's not going to stop you on this journey to this new star, this new dream, this wish that you've got. You're just going to keep on keeping on, which is great. And it's the right thing to do, confirmed by the Queen of Pentacles. I wanted to say the Mother of Pentacles, which is some decks she's described as such. Okay, can I get strength in the energy that surrounds you? You might not be aware of it. Strength, please. Strength. Strength, please. Strength. The Seven of Swords. Okay. The Four of Cups. Right. And the Eight of Pentacles. Right, there are going to be times where you feel like you're not making any progress. That is a deception. I think because things stay still, maybe in the material for some time. See, Eight of Pentacles is skill building, actually doing something, building, achieving, you working on your dreams in this instance. Four of Cups, you get a little bit impatient with it. You're a bit like, well, where is it? Where's my reward? Also, this is like little niggling, like going back here to like the whole love is probably not on the table for me. You still of kind of like showing a little bit of discontent in that area. Like, you're doing well, you're doing great. I would love to have someone on board with me. I tried it back there. It didn't work out. Sure, I might spill some more cups along the way. Maybe it's not for me, this thing called love or connection. So you've got a little bit of that as well. That's also a deception. So that's where your strength kicks in. It's like your strength just to keep going, despite you feeling like there's no one there to support you, or you're not getting that loving, close connection you desire, or maybe the goal you're achieving for yourself in terms of personal self-development and work seems so far off in the distance it's impossible to reach. What am I even doing this for? We're going to have a couple of those moments come up. I'd say particularly over retrograde, because that's what the energy is calling you to do, is just to review what you're doing is right for you. It seems super aligned to who you are, but it's a deception. It's gone under the Seven of Swords, which is deception. It's a deceptive way of thinking. Everything you're doing every day, you wake up and put one foot in front of another. That is a day of progress. Even if it feels really small, when you look back, you'll see how it's all mounted up. Okay, into your hopes and fears, the King of Cups. Now it's the man of the hour. Or woman. Let's see what this King of Cups has to say. King of Cups, please. King of Cups in the hopes and fears. The King of Cups. How can you be afraid of the King of Cups? No, you can be. I understand. Right, the King of Cups, please. You show me the King of Cups. The King of Swords. I'll tell you why that's significant in a minute. Six of Pentacles. Justice. Someone's coming in. Oh yeah, they are. The King of Swords is your king. You've got the Queen of Swords there. That's you. Again, masculine, feminine. We're not reading energies. Right. Your energetic match is coming in. Your person. They're emotionally mature. They are stable. And they treat you very nicely. Justice and the Six of Pentacles. Justice is also like, you know, this is balance, this is right, also to make up for the way you behaved over here, Libra, because you handled this closure of whatever this is so well that the connection is not even closed. You're no longer seeing them, having anything really to do with them in the physical, but there's a kinship still there. Like, yeah, I recognise them. I recognise who they were in my life. I also recognise when it was time to let them go, and you did the hard work doing that. Went straight into healing of the self and also your external environment. You did everything right. You passed the test. You got A stars with flying colours, loves. So you now need the cosmic reward. Justice is delivering you a nice package, right? And a very nice package it is indeed. Yeah, Six of Pentacles, very equal, give and take here. Yeah. King of Swords, extremely intellectually stimulating. So this person's very intelligent and smart. Could also be a fellow air sign. Or maybe those times of the year might be significant when you meet them. So that's, and then they come with emotional maturity too, and so do you. But the reason it's in your hopes and fears is, well, it's always a bit nerve-wracking meeting somebody new, right? But you're also afraid of repeating this cycle again. I don't think you will with this person. You two seem completely on the same page, intellectually, spiritually, and also in the physical with that give and take energy. They give to you as much as you give to them. I don't think that was the case over here. There was an imbalance. You just kept telling me it was imbalanced. You don't want any more imbalance. Well, the universe is literally delivering you your cosmic counterpart. You don't get more balanced than that. Okay, this is the universe addressing your concern directly. Okay, also another indicator that this will not be imbalanced is justice is here. Justice is about keeping the balance. And you started with justice as well. You are Lady Justice. You and this King of Swords person, and swords are yours, right? The swords couple are yours. Interesting. I love that. I love it when the cards are super clear like that. They're like, yeah, Libra's person's right here. This is their description. They did everything except for tell me their hair and eye colour and their height. Okay, can you tell me the Ten of Swords? Why is the Ten of Swords here in the outcome? The Ten of Swords, I have a feeling I know what it is, but I'll wait till I clarify. I think this is the end of your ruminating and overthinking, but let's see. All right, the Six of Swords, please. The Six of Swords. Six? Why am I saying 6? 10. 10 of Swords, please. 10 of Swords, please. 2 of Cups. The Emperor. The Magician. Magician being a Gemini card. Could be a time of year you meet this person, just saying. They could also be a Gemini. We were saying might be an air sign. The Emperor's fire, Aries, and 2 of Cups. So that's a connection there. Under the 10 of Swords. It just means the 10 of Swords just means something's going to end. Does it mean a connection is going to end? I don't think I see this connection ending. It's only just started. No, it actually appears very strong here. It actually goes up into Emperor energy. The Emperor is all 4 kings. For any of you that didn't know. Somebody said in a comment the other day that the Emperor was a red flag. Not in one of my comments. It was in a It was another reader who said it. And I'm like, well, in reverse, perhaps. Stubborn, okay? But upright, he's the greenest of all green flags. He's super balanced. He's got every element going, and he has mastery over all of them. He has mastery over his domain as well. You've also got the Empress twice. So again, we have another matching energy to you. It's kind of crazy, actually, Libra. Two of Cups connection, and then the Magician. It's almost like your efforts result in all of this. But this is the end of your overthinking, because do you remember we went on a bit of an overthinking journey with you? Okay. Your journeys have been a little bit thought-led. You've been in your mind a lot. Well, this is when you stop being in your mind, Libra, and you start feeling. You start feeling, and you feel the magic happen between you two. I don't believe you know this person or have met this person yet. I'm not seeing any indication of connection until the very end here, and this is intended towards the end of the Mercury retrograde, end of March. Something's going to happen. Spark. A chance meeting, something like that. But this person is your equal in most ways. We've had so many cards of you two being on the same wavelength here. This star that you're going through of personal development, that continues as far as I can see, and everything's all well there and it's all good. And I think that's really what kickstarts this. As you start on this project and you start seeing it move a little bit, even though you get a little bit of stagnation in your energy with it, and you actually start seeing the results of the accomplishments that you're going through, your energy uplifts and this person comes in. Okay, can I get some universal advice for Gemini, please? Gemini, sorry. Because we're just talking about Gemini. I was looking at the Magician, sorry. Can I get some universal advice for Libra, please? For Libra, it might be a Gemini coming in. Or that season might be particularly important for you and this person. Oh, justice again. Libra, you'd be everywhere. I think you also must be busy. Right, and it all starts with you, Libra. The pole star, that's your path, okay? This star you keep talking about, this hope, this wish, this goal you've got for yourself. And the Ace of Arrows, exactly what I was saying. Exactly what I was saying. So that's you, Libra, okay? This is you, this justice. Following your star, your hope, your dream, which acts as a compass. The Ace of Swords in this deck is compass. That's how you find your way to whoever or whatever this is, your true heart's desire, while you're building your path of self-abundance and independence. Great reading, Libra. Fantastic. Anyway, Libra, I'm going to leave it there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. If you're interested in any of my one-to-one readings, then please check the description box below for my links. And with that, Libra, I'm going to love you and leave you. Until the next time, take care. Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. I'm doing a Celtic cross for you all today, just to check in on your energies with this Mercury retrograde and all the other crazy stuff happening in the skies. If you missed the astrology section at the beginning, I highly recommend that you give it a little watch and see how it's affecting you and your houses. Okay Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Let's jump into your reading. I'm sorry, I do not know what that noise that was. I'm going to turn this down, make sure that doesn't happen again for you Aquarius. It was like a little starter's pistol. Okay, going into the crossing first. Can you show me Aquarius, please? Can you show me Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus? Show me Aquarius, please. Aquarius. Okay. In your current energy, Aquarius, the Three of Wands. Okay. After the season you just had, I'm not surprised. Crossing you, the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Supporting the reading, we have the Nine of Wands, and in your exit we have the Nine of Swords. Quite a few people have had the Nine of Swords in the exit. That's beautiful. Oh, in your focus, and so in your crown we've got the Lovers. You've got someone in your mind. Also, you're contemplating a choice and or. And in your focus, you've got the Two of Swords. There's you. You're making a decision over you and another energy. Okay, something's not stable, but you're open to it, or you're trying to get it stable. You learned your lessons from the past. Okay, you're treading wisely though, Aquarius. There was some overthinking in your past too, some worry, some anxiety, but we'll get to it. Let me just go into the pathway for you, Aquarius, and then we will clarify and get into the details. Okay. Right, let's go into the pathway. Right, the pathway for Aquarius, please. The pathway for Aquarius. The higher self advice is the Emperor. You got this, Aquarius, okay? In the energy that surrounds you, and you might not be aware of it. The Knight of Wands. Oh, nice. A little bit of fun, passion coming towards you. I like that too. In your hopes and fears, the Tower. Yeah, I get that one. Outcome, King of Cups. Wow, wow, wow. You got the outcome everyone wants, Aquarius. Okay, so in the pathway, for your higher self, you've amassed a lot of experience over time. You're more than capable, Aquarius, and you're using all of those capabilities to get through or make a decision on something. The Knight of Wands in your energy around you. Now, I don't know if that's coming from you or someone else. I'll find out when we clarify. The Tower, something's got to shift, and you know it. You're afraid of doing it, even though you know it's probably the best thing to do. King of Cups in the outcome. Emotional maturity. Again, you or you with someone else. So let's see what this is all about, Aquarius. Right, can we get the Three of Wands, please, in Aquarius's current energy? Can I take a little look at that Three of Wands, please? Can I take a quick look at that Three of Wands? The Three of Wands. The Three of Wands. Okay. The Three of Wands, please. Oh, the Ten of Cups in reverse. Strength and the Empress. It's not working, is it, Aquarius? Whatever you've been trying to build with another energy here, it's not working. You're not happy. You're unhappy in this connection. Ten of Cups is happiness with others, and yours is in reverse. Strength, you're staying there for some reason. You're saying it's hard work to stay in it, though. The Emperor or Empress, you take a lot of responsibility for your domain. Physical domain, the home, the house. I don't know if this is a partnership where you share a home, but you're showing me like you're the one who's keeping the show on the road here, and you're kind of tired. You're getting tired and discontented with it. You're always the one that fixes the things. You are always the one that resolves the issues. You're always the one maybe who even keeps the house physically in order, is in tidy, clean, that sort of thing. You're holding most of the responsibilities. You are keeping the place flourishing. It requires a hell of a lot of energy and strength from you. You are tired. You need a vacation. You need a break. Three of Wands is travel. You probably find yourself daydreaming about being in faraway places. A lot of you. Okay, the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles, please. The Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles in the crossing here. Death. Four of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Death has been the end. What was that? Judgment. That was on its side and didn't come out. It kind of wanted to come out, but it didn't quite. This connection, or whatever you're dealing with here, that is part of your home life, it has been pretty much on its way out for a while. It's just one of you, either both of you or one of you, has been hanging on to the connection itself, knowing very well that it's no longer serving you or them, or anyone else who might be directly impacted by the relationship, like children, close family members that you might also live with or be very close to, something like that. Right, can I see that Nine of Swords, please? The Nine of Swords. The World, okay. The Seven of Swords and the Star. Yeah, you've known this for a while, that this is either ended just, or it needs to end. So I'm either looking at an Aquarian that is in a current relationship that you know needs to end, or because you're doing mostly everything to keep it alive and well, or I'm looking at an Aquarian that has recently split from somebody, and that's why you're now keeping everything together, because you now live by yourself and have to be completely independent of whoever this is. So they're both energetically, they both work. We might have a 50-50 split here, or 40-60 split between you. Take it as it resonates. Okay, right, I want to see that Nine of Wands in the supporting energy, please. The Nine of Wands in the supporting energy. The Hanged Man. The Tower. Oh, that was good. That was wise. And the Eight of Pentacles. You've tried to dismantle this with such skill and grace. It's admirable, Aquarius. So you've not gone in all guns blazing, get out of my life. No, you have strategically cut them out, almost like surgically. Very, very calm. I'm not saying you've been unfeeling or cold. You've done it for the comfort of both of you, for you and whoever is on the receiving end of this. And you're not in any rush to move on to anywhere else either. You're like, no, I know who I am. I know my space. So they can leave my space rather than you're leaving your space. That's at least how you feel, regardless of what you're doing in the physical. It's like I want to say you manufactured the ending. No, you didn't manufacture it. I don't think you want this ending. But you're the one that's responsible for making sure it was clean, or is going to be clean. Okay, right, can we get the lovers in the focus, please? The lovers in the focus. Six of Pentacles, yeah, there's your fairness there, Aquarius. The Ace of Wands and the Devil, yeah, you're just trying to be fair. Even though you have some periods of frustration with this, you just show me the best thing to do is try and keep this as balanced as possible. Yes, this connection is quite toxic, or at least it's not matching your needs. It's turned sour somewhere. You've tried to save it. It cannot be saved. Now is the time to take some action and make this more equal. And sometimes being more equal means waltzing out the door, Aquarius. Okay, I want to get the Two of Swords. You might not, again, you might not have executed this yet because it's under the lovers, and the lovers is a choice. You're just thinking about it. You're either thinking about the fact you've just done it or the fact you're going to do it. Oh, look, the Three of Cups. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Is there... excuse me, Aquarius. Is there somebody else, Aquarius? Is there somebody you're not telling me about, Aquarius? If not, and you have no idea what I'm talking about, Aquarius, it's because you haven't met them yet. We've got the King and Queen of Pentacles come out right together. This is the marrying King and Queen under the Three of Cups, which tells me it's not this energy, because these are energies coming together, not energies moving apart. It's also under the Two of Swords. You don't see this coming. The Two of Swords is about being a crossroads energy as well, but she's got her eyes closed and her heart crossed. So you're not even looking for connections when this comes in. You don't see this coming at all. Doesn't have to be romantic interest, but the king, they are the marrying King and Queen, and they're supported by the Three of Cups, and water is a, emotional energy. Well, I'm going to find out in the pathway. Let's see. Right, can I get the Emperor, please? The Emperor in the higher self-advice. The Emperor, please, in the higher self-advice. The Emperor, please. You, yes, hello. The Page of Cups in reverse, right. Okay. Let's see. The Moon. Queen of Swords. You're keeping something to yourself, Aquarius. I want to say Gemini in everyone's readings. I think Gemini's season is going to be particularly significant for you guys, so watch out for that, or you might be meeting one. The Queen of Swords, it's your queen there. The Moon, that's keeping your secrets. Page of Cups, you're harbouring emotions for somebody else or something else. Page of Cups in reverse is unexpressed emotions, which can lead to upset temperaments, frustrations, mental health issues, depending on what else is going on. I don't think mental health issues for you, but you're keeping something under your hat. On the outside, you're looking really capable and super strong and like, yeah, I've got this, I can conquer the world. And that's absolutely right, Aquarius, you can. But there's feelings here for someone else that's just, you're keeping this down. It feels sad though. Maybe because this is a particularly sad looking Page of Cups. Right? She looks like she's about to cry. Whereas traditionally the Page of Cups doesn't look like that. He's kind of hopeful, He's like, yeah, here's my fish. See what you want to do with it. That page is quite sad. So we'll see. Let's see about the Knight of Wands here, please. The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, Knight of Wands, Tower, King of Cups. Okay. Let's go to that Knight of Wands. I want to know what he's saying. Knight of Wands has always got the tea. Yes. He's the guy you want at the party. Okay, Knight of Wands. Let's have a look. What's going on? Tell me. Tell me. Spill the tea, Knight of Wands. The Sun. Oh, he's always got something good to say. Yeah. Oh, the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. And the Magician. Oh, yes. Do you know that Gemini energy I was just talking about? It's just appeared now with the Magician. So it might be a season that you're particularly interesting for you, Aquarius. The Magician is also about aligning with the higher self, which I see you doing. I mean, again, you're showing me all the while how capable you are. And yes, you are. So you are now making magic happen by yourself. You are solo at this time. Nine of Pentacles. Self-abundance, self-management, management of one's own resources. Okay, so you're entirely separate by this point. The Sun and happy. And also clear. Like you've got no more confuddled energy. No Nine of Swords banging about up here. Okay, you're clear. It all's good. You got fire, you got light, you got love of self at least. I mean, I'm fairly certain there's someone else out there for you. But at the moment, solo YOLO. With your secrets. You mean you keep your secrets then, Aquarius. Fine, whatever. I'm gonna find out though. In the Tower. The Tower exposes all. Also, so does the Sun. Have you noticed you've got the Moon and the Sun on the deck? Your secret is here, but then the Sun appears. Did somebody find out your secret, Aquarius, or do you tell someone while you're feeling all happy-go-lucky? Right, the Tower, please. The Knight of Wands again, yeah. You're being stalked by the Knight of Wands now, Aquarius. Saying, tell them your secrets. Tell them your secrets. The Knight of Wands doesn't have secrets. He ain't got no time for that. Right. Right, who else we got? We got the Page of Wands here as well. Okay, oh, the Wheel of Fortune. The universe is bringing you someone, I swear down. The Wheel of Fortune is just like randomness, karma. What goes around comes around kind of thing, right? Page of Wands, something new. Something super fiery. Something like, yeah, I want that. I want that. Yeah. It totally flips your worldview, though, in some way. Or it causes a tower. It's almost like, I can't do this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you confess feelings for somebody, or you let go of something you were holding on to down here. I don't know. You're not telling me what the secret you've got is. But you meet someone or something. I think it's this Pentacles couple we saw here. And it unleashes something within you. This fire that's been in your belly the whole time. Probably the fire you've not felt for a long time. Because you've been quite focused on your self-management at the moment anyway. After letting this thing go. Okay, I want to see what that King of Cups is saying on the outcome. The possible outcome. King of Cups, the King of Love. What's the King of Love got to say for Aquarius? Okay, let's have a look. Judgment. Things are going to change. Okay. Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit. This is a redirection of your interest. Again, I can't say when this other person's coming in, because I'm seeing spatterings of them coming in at every opportunity here. So yeah, it's going to be sometime between now, I say in Gemini season, because Gemini seems to be coming up so strongly in your reading, and then also here under the Magician. The Sun. I just can't help notice that contrast between the Sun and the Moon. You release something or you let something go. In this burst of passion. To the point where it almost knocks you off your own feet as a Tower. And it's almost like the type of passion you wanted but never thought was possible. That's why you're kind of afraid of it. But no. The universe delivers it right on your doorstep. Wheel of Fortune, Page of Wands. It's like, open the box, see what's inside. Oh, look, it's the Knight of Wands with all his passion again. And you're matching energy with this person. Also, both of you are very grounded and very real and only invest in what matters. That's the King and Queen of Pentacles. Hermit here. Now, you've not shown me the Hermit as you, but I'm getting this card as you because you've showed me a lot of Hermit-like activity, lots of thinking, lots of reflecting, learning over the past. That's all Hermit stuff. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, the Hermit's ready to invest judgment in a new decision because you keep framing your connections as decisions in some way, like the Lovers is a choice to stay, choice to go. I think you've got a choice here, whoever you meet here, who you vibe with really well. I think there's then a choice to then enter something romantic. So it might start off as something practical, like a practical exchange, or like you work with them, or you, I mean, I don't believe in mixing business with pleasure, but you do you, Aquarius. It's like that. Then you just get along great, and then there's a choice to turn to a connection with them, deep loving bond that's emotionally mature, very grounded, solid and real. And then you're no longer alone building your own empire. You're building an empire together. Okay, can I please get some universal advice for Aquarius, please? Universal advice for Aquarius. Universal advice for Aquarius, please. Ten of Cups, there you go. Your Ten of Cups was in reverse here. Now you're happy. Happiness with others. The Ten of Bows, responsibility, yeah, while you're just working on you. And then the Six of Swords, that is moving on. Okay, yeah. While you're focused on your own healing, your own world building, being your biggest, baddest Aquarian self, that's when you find your happiness with others. It's almost effortless. Like, I think, who had a similar reading? Was it? I think it was Libra. Like, you find them when you're not looking for them. Yeah, that was it. Their outcome card was the Five of Pentacles. And it was like, it was very similar. So if you've got any strong Aquarian energy within you, go look at that reading. Not Aquarian. Of course you've got strong Aquarian. You're here. Libran energy within you. Go check out the Libra reading. It was very, very similar to this. Not exactly the same, but similar. So it's possible. But this has been a gorgeous reading, Aquarius. Well done. I mean, you've handled everything correctly. You have been very courteous to whoever you've let go here. You've taken on the responsibility of healing and also managing your physical assets. You're bossing it. You've got the Emperor and the Empress in your energy. Like, yeah, boy. You've got a perfect energetic match coming in the King and Queen of Pentacles. Your secrets seem to be super locked down. I can't even see them. So, yeah, good job on secret keeping. Someone's going to burst them open, though, into the sun. Some person knows about this. And then Wheel of Fortune, Page of Wands. Now, Wands, you just have a great time. And slowly over time, something crumbles down and makes way for a brand new, beautiful beginning with another energy here. Fantastic. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. If you're interested in a one-to-one reading with me, then check the description box below for my links. And with that, Aquarius, I'm going to love you and leave you. Until the next time, take care.